Hi, my question is primarily for Christine. This was touched on only once, very briefly, towards the end of the film. The African Union, in theory, has their own internal bodies for addressing conflicts within the continent. Where have they been for all of these?
The African Union, well, it's kind of like the story about the U.S. There's been an evolution. Half of Africa's nations are members of the court, so Africa's been a huge supporter of the court from the outset. The African Union has been becoming increasingly hostile as a body toward the ICC since the ICC indicted Bashir. And most recently, I mean, there's a lot that could be said about this, but to kind of cut to the chase, you guys have been very patient. Most recently, the African Union passed a resolution saying that the member countries of the African Union would not cooperate in arresting Bashir. If Bashir came onto the idea being, if Bashir comes onto my territory and I'm a member of the African Union, I reject my obligation to arrest him, even if I'm a member of the ICC. Before this, the African Union had tried to mobilize support in the UN Security Council for deferring the Bashir warrant, because it's possible in the ICC rules for the UN Security Council to defer ICC action. That was unsuccessful, and so now this is where the African Union has gone to this resolution. Interestingly, there is a pretty big debate now among African countries about what to do. I read just recently that South Africa, for example, has decided to depart from the resolution, the AU resolution, and has reiterated that it will cooperate in arresting Bashir if he comes to South Africa, and that for that reason he's not welcome to come there. Other countries as well have sort of taken sides on whether or not they will help to arrest Bashir if he ends up on their territories. Now, this is really, it's kind of an interesting debate because it's somewhat theoretical. I mean, Bashir's not going to go to places where he might be arrested. But it shows you the power of the idea. It just shows you that, and of course it's controversial, and there's a lot of resistance to the ICC in many respects, but essentially African countries are choosing, are we going to stand with the victims, or are we going to tolerate impunity? And I actually think the saddest thing about the AU resolution, this idea that we're just not going to cooperate in arresting Bashir, is it's not offering an alternative. It would be great, and the ICC would accept it, if the African Union said, we've come up with a regional solution. We're going to serve the victims of Darfur, and we're going to give them redress by doing this. And actually, a year ago, or a year and a half ago, that was their position, is we'll come up with a domestic solution. Now that's been abandoned. It's just back to entire impunity. It's like, we don't want to do anything ourselves, and we don't want you to do anything about it. And that is really what's unacceptable. Under the ICC system, if there's any kind of regional or domestic solution, that's fine. There's a process for submitting that to the ICC judges and saying, we're taking care of it, so you can leave now. But what I think is really unacceptable about the current position of some of the more extreme African nations, and the ones leading the charge are not exactly paragons of having defended humanity in the past, is that they're back to the old position of, we want you out of Africa, but also we're not going to do anything to help our own.